managing the Detroit Tigers from the weekends and on the weekends on the weekly schedule format. I'm always doing 5 instead of 6. If you guys are joining in, part of the I Am a Creator community.com. If you guys want to catch more MLB 19 from the weekends and on the weekends, make sure you guys hit that like button and turn on notification bell if you guys haven't had the opportunity. If anyone in the chat has a Facebook or Twitter, tweet it out, share a comment, add it to a playlist. The more people we bring in, the more we all grow together. We watch videos in full, we like the videos, tweet them out, and add them to a playlist. If you guys have any questions, type it in the chat. Let's go, let's grow together. So the Tigers are looking to get back to their winning ways as we speak, as they are hosting for game 1 of 3 towards the Kansas City Royals. We have Dallas County in the ballpark. How you doing, sir? As the Tigers will be bringing in the 1-3 record of Matthew Boyd. Maki Montauk has not performed well against lefties this year. He's only batting 71 average. It's a good way to give him a rest. Today is also a good opportunity. What's up, Prince Mark? How you doing? How are you guys doing today? I hope you guys are well. So it's a good day to sell some at bats from the bench players. So how are you guys doing today? I hope you guys are well, having a good third day off as I am. So if you guys have any questions also about the Idol from my opponent and I to do, I mean I left a little after 2, and I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna have my opponent rest. You know, I didn't bother to say anything since he was really tired earlier today, so I decided just to stay for 2 hours and let her rest and let her do, and I have to do what I have to do. So, you know, that's what I had to do with no particular reason. We have 3 people in the hot seat. Let's get about 4 likes today, guys. Let's go, let's grow. Pay it forward and be rewarded.
They'll try to run it to 9 next.
What's up, Brian? How are you? As we get a look at the 7th star of the 1-3 record of Matthew Boyd, 4.38 ERA. He has given up 38 hits, 9 walks, and 15 strikeouts as he looks to get started towards the Kansas City Royals, the visiting team. Billy Hamilton batting .286, 2 home runs, 17 RBIs to his credit. Let's see how both teams can favor today. Here's the pitch, and it's going to bunt his way in, and that'll be a signal for the Kansas City Royals, as they are going to challenge the base runner from first. This will be the first challenge between that. Take it out one more time.
Yeah, I wasn't so sure about him being safe either, but here's another shot of it right here. Not easy.
What have you guys said in the chat? Let me double check real quick. I also sent an invite to my phone. We are supporting his channel. That is correct, Dallas. The more people we bring in, the more we all grow together, guys. James Cox was also live earlier today too, and pretty much leaned back on his lunch break. So other than that, I decided, you know, to relax and do whatever I have to do. So he has COA in practice tonight, when it's not going to be all that bad. You're at 667. That's not too bad. Not too bad, buddy. Here's the first pitch to him by Matthew Boyd, 1-3 record. Ball 1. Owings, the record between Owings versus Matthew Boyd, he's 2 for 4 with a 500 average as we speak. Owings batting .243. The 1-0 count, the pitch. Ball 2. Pittsburgh says, next day I'm doing live stream of Star Wars Movie 2. What movie 2 would that be of Star Wars, buddy? Boyd looking for the strike. Ball 3. Last game the Tigers had, they given up 2 or 3 walks. On deck is Merrifield, batting .268 average.
Ready with the 3-0 pitch.
Strike one.
One's in there, 3-1. So
If you guys have any questions about the idol, type it in the chat. On the umpires, Zoe Hillsdale, Kenny Jansen, Mike Fillmore, and Rusty Valentine. The 3-1 count. Ball four, first walk by the Tigers. Now what they're expecting, they lost 2 in a row thanks to the White Sox, perhaps. Or it might have been a different team. So Dallas, type it in the chat. So my pun and I still do something for the idol? Any song perhaps? Was he still stick with the top 3? Was he still stick with the top 3 or go to Master Zorro? Here's the pitch, strike one. Royals staring at base runner first with 1 out. We're gonna drive it in. The 0-1 count. He gets a throw, and the base runner goes from first to second. Third stolen base for Chris Owings. Check it out one more time. Oh, attacking the clones. Okay. I've actually seen it plenty of times with my family, perhaps. My opponent has also seen that as well.
Now the 1-1 pitch.
For Matthew Boyd, that will be a foul ball, strike 2. Second with the 3. Looking for the out. Swing and a miss. Out number 2 for the Kansas City Royals. San Francisco Giants, I was going to say the San Francisco Giants were up 2-0. First strikeout for Matthew Boyd. Let's begin to look at the Royals starting lineup. Lucas Duda batting .274. Sessler Colbert batting .330. The Royals 32 stolen bases. That is first place in the American League right now. Christopher Merlo in the ballpark. How are you? How are you today, bud? Are you still part of the I Am a Creator community? Strike one. But it's good to see you again, buddy. So, any particular reason, Dallas? I mean, my opponent and I were talking about it this week, and see things. How are we going to be pulling off? What do you call it? Damascus Zorro. Ball 1.
Well, I think that's a great spot for that pitch.
Here's the replay of the ball.
It wasn't a strike, but if he can command the movement in there, he's going to be very effective.
But type it in the chat, guys. Any ideas? The 1-1 count by Boyd. Ball 2.
And this one's up around the eyes. 2-1.
I mean, there might be a good opportunity. 2-1 count. That'll be a foul ball, strike 2.
Owings stands at second with 2 gone.
Ball 3. Tigers already given up 1 walk. Salvador Perez, on deck, Salvador Perez batting .225 average. Here comes the 3-2. Swing and a miss. And the 3 outs, and the side is retired. So what's it been up to, Chris? As we go to the bottom of the first, nothing. Time to see what the two-game skid the Tigers can do. As we get our first look at Danny Duffy. 6 starts, 2-3 record. He has a 6.46 ERA, 36 hits, 12 walks, and 25 strikeouts. 29 strikeouts as we speak. And the first missing from the Royals, from the Tigers, is John Hicks, the designated hitter, batting .288, 5 home runs, 11 RBIs to his credit. Just working. Well, that's good. Working, making some of that cash, correct? Here's the pitch, strike 1. 94 miles an hour, thanks to Danny Duffy.
As they enter play here tonight, they have certainly had it going lately. Winners of 8 in a row.
I'm super excited, Matty, to watch this team play today because it's rare. You don't see many teams rattle off 8 wins in a row.
The pitch sets the target.
It's all working for them right now, and I'm super excited.
And here comes the 0-1. Here we go, and here it is, fly ball to left center field. And he makes the catch, 1 away for the Tigers. But I don't, Chris, you mind if I inform you what's going on? If that's okay with you? The starting lineup for the Detroit Tigers, Miguel Cabrera batting .328. His last 10 games, he is 16 for 37, over 42 average.
It's going to be fun to watch him play.
as we speak.
So the bases are
Now
empty
batting
with
shortstop
and
with a 286 average, Jordy Mercer. He's all going to get started for the Tigers. The pitcher sets the target. Here's the pitch. Strike one. And also, guys, James Cox is still trying to do this full time. If you guys want to kindly donate, that's for the price of 8 cups of coffee when he's live. And anytime directly. 0-1 count. And that'll be a fly ball to right. And that's out number 2 for the Tigers. Tigers having a little trouble. Now batting the one and only first baseman, Miguel Cabrera, batting .328, 3 home runs, 13 RBIs to his credit. St. Louis Cardinals defeating the Cubs 11-6. Miguel Cabrera, we're going to get something for the Tigers as well. Here's the pitch. Ball 1. But yeah, you mind if I tell you what's been going on this week? I mean, E3, that's pretty much the big promising land. As I told some of you guys in the chat, part of the I Am a Creator community, the games I'm still planning on buying is Star Wars: The Fallen Order by November 15th. I'm also buying, that's right, I'm also buying, okay, Strike 1. I'm also buying Death Stranding by November 8th. And I'm planning on putting some extra cash on the amount that I have for Borderlands 3. But some of you guys may know, it's coming out by September 13th for the PS4. It sets the target. That'll be a foul ball, strike 2. Miguel Cabrera's batting average is a .328. Chris, have you by chance checked out E3? Ground ball to left, center field. He gives it the first, and the side is retired. As we go to the top of the second, nothing. First game of 3. Now we get a look at the catcher, Salvador Perez. 225 average, 5 home runs, 11 RBIs to his credit. Oh, you haven't watched C3, okay. Have you checked? I mean, did you check out? I mean, have you by chance checked out the games he announced, or did you watch any of the trailers? Commander Spark says I got 2 bears following me on Red Dead 1. How's that working out for you? The 1-0 count by Matthew Boyd. That'll be a foul ball, strike 1. Oh, okay. They announced some of the good games over the weekend and earlier this week. Strike 2.
We're seeing quite a few pitches up from him right now.
But yeah, if I were you, Chris, I would check out some of the. I would go to IGN.com and double check it, because you will be pretty excited what they announced. That'll be ground ball to left center field. He gets it the first, one away for the Royals.
All right, guys.
Toronto Blue Jays visiting the Texas Rangers.
And let's focus on former triple.
Now we get a look at defensive lineup for the Detroit Tigers. Matthew Boyd, Grayson Grenier, Ford Hanna is back in the ballpark. Nick Castellanos, Nico Goodrum, Jordy Mercer on the deck. Now batting third baseman, Chester Colbert, batting .330, 5 home runs, 15 RBIs. And here comes Matthew Boyd. He nods his head. Ball 1. Matthew Boyd's already given up 1 or 2 walks already. Colbert versus Boyd record, 4 for 11, batting .364 with 2 doubles. The 1-0 count. Ball 2.
Well, here's a guy we know is swinging it pretty well at the plate lately, and based on those last 2 pitches, I think I know why. He's doing a great job of.
But other than that,
he's likely to be
and there's also been some other games that I pretty much have been looking into. Fly ball to right, ground ball to right, and that will be a 2-out single for the Royals. Check it out one more time.
That was 3 straight pitches on the outer half. He was able
But other than that, and we also heard that we're getting a Final Fantasy VIII remake, and that'll be coming out this year for the PS4 as well. Here's the pits. Ball one. Warriors staring at base runner at first with one out. We're going to grab the first lead of game 1 of 3. The 1-0 count by Boyd. Ball 2. Looking for the strike. Ball 3. On deck, Jorge Bonifacio batting .280. Strike 1. That's what Matthew Boyd pretty much wanted to have.
One pitch, one spot, and you get the barrel of the bat.
But yeah, we are also hit, and I also have been checking out IGN for the last few more days. I go on IGN 24/7 as we speak. That will be foul ball, strike 2. Matthew Boyd would love to get out of this. Another foul ball, strike 2. Swing and a miss. And that's out number 2 for the Royals. Third strikeout for Matthew Boyd. He's up a little bit good and early. Check it out one more time. But yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake. I checked out the graphics of what E3's been doing. Jorge Bonifacio, his last 4 games, he's 6 for 14 with a .429 average. But yeah, the graphics, I'm gonna tell you what I've been seeing, ball 1, and the graphics look really good. They look really good. And the game, and the remake that I am also gonna be pre-ordering by the beginning of beginning of next year. And he makes the catch, and the side is retired. Royals give up 1 as we go to bottom of the second. Nothing. Yeah, based on the graphics, they look really good. So yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake will be coming out on March 3rd for the PS4 next year. We are also getting Destroy All Humans coming out next year as well. And also, Commander Spark. You can type it in the chat. We are also getting, as my buddy Chaotic and I, we were going to have an interview for the last few days this week, but apparently the servers were down for some reason. So he's going to get back to me when he's ready. Strike 1. So it all depends. Commander Spark says, I had 15 cups of coffee this morning. Oh my. Did you get sick or anything, or are you still perfectly good? That'll be ground ball to third. He gives it to first, right in time, 1 away for the Tigers. JC Casson, how you doing, sir? Stick a like on the episode. Stick a like on the live stream, guys. The more people we bring in, the more we all grow together. We watch videos in full, we like the videos, we tweet them out, and add them to a playlist. If you guys have any questions, type it in the chat. I need to know, I want to know answers of what my Levenites to do for the Idol next year. The top 3, as I mentioned since last week, for the last couple weeks, the top 3 are Men in Black, Phantom of the Opera, and Titanic. But my pun doesn't think her and I can land, what do you call it? Land Damascus Oro. If any of you in the chat has a Facebook or Twitter, the guys do not have a Twitter. You guys, James Cox and I and some of the other creators recommend you guys getting an account on Twitter and join the I Am a Creator community. There's over 500 plus creators that are in there. If you guys have any questions, type it in the chat. Let's grow together. So how you been, JC? Here's the pitch to him. Ball one.
First pitch to him is a changeup that can't find the zone.
Samir Candelario batting .321, 3 home runs, 6 RBIs to his credit as a third baseman. Well, let me know what you guys think. The 1-0 count by the pitcher. Ball two. Atlanta Braves visiting the Marlins 2-1. I'm good, buddy. I'm just a little bit tired, but I go back to work tomorrow and Friday. With our back-to-back 2-11s on the court schedule. And I have a few of my approvals that are coming up that I have days off for. And that is the 15th for this weekend, and then the 18th and 19th. 2-1 count. Swing and a miss, strike two. But it's all good. I'm still putting love first before I do anything else. Line ball to right, and he makes the catch 2 away for the Tigers. Thank you, Commander Spark, for doing that. Is Prince Mark or Chris still in the chat? Moderators, double check in the chat for me. The pitch sets the target. Here's the pitch. Strike one. We have 3 people in the hot seat. Let's get up to 6 likes, if we can. Pay it forward and be rewarded. The 0-1 count. The pitch. And that'll be a foul ball, strike two. Nigel Goodrum batting .289. Here comes the 0-2. Ball one. 95 miles an hour. So, what's you been up to, AC? Anything good? And that'll be another consecutive foul ball. Strike two. He sets the target. And that'll be a fly ball to right line. He picks up a block, and it's out of here. Tigers take first blood with that 2-game skid. 6 home run for Nigel Goodrum. 355 feet as the Tigers get the first lead. It's 1-0 Tigers with 2 outs. As we speak. That's looking, Zach. What about you, pal? Well, I'm relaxing on my last day off from work this week. As you guys already know, as I mentioned plenty of times, on this court schedule that Walmart's having me do, Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays 2-11s. Depending if I make any approvals, and if my schedule changes. Every Sunday, 9 to 6, and I'm off every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, every week. But that's 3 days off in a row. Jacoby Jones batting .222, one RBI and 1 stolen base. We're gonna extend the Tigers' lead. But yeah, that's the way it works. 1-1 count. Swing and a miss, strike two. But I just decided to leave my pun's place earlier today, and he's been really tired after track and biking last night. That's the target, ball one. But it's all good. Jacoby Jones has a .222 average. The 1-2 count. That'll be ground ball to left. And that will be a single for the Tigers. That'll be the second double for Jacoby Jones. Tigers, with a 2-game skid, have 72 doubles entering play so far. Forward hand with an opportunity, center fielder, batting .333, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs to his credit. We're going to drive the base runner from second to extend the lead. But it's all good. He gets signed the pitch. Ball one.
Fastball misses here to start the at-bat. It's 1-0.
The 1-0 count.
And the 1-0.
Ball 2. But yeah, I'm looking for some answers from JC as we speak, and a couple of you guys in the chat. If you guys think we should still do the top 3 for the Idol next year, or ball 3 on deck, Grayson Grenier batting 184. Remember the top 3 that Dallas mentioned last week. Actually, yeah, last week. Men in Black, Titanic, and Phantom of the Opera. Name your top 2 out of the 3 that my pun and I should land. Strike 1 for the that Who Nice to dance to. But yeah, I also have the 18th off next week and the 19th off. Otherwise, I am planning on don't being live for that evening. Because even though every Tuesdays and Wednesdays, first thing in the morning, Borderlands, DOTY edition. 3-on-1 count. That'll be a fly ball to left foul. Strike 2. Danny Duffy is giving up 8 balls, 14 strikes as we speak. The 3-2 count. Broken bat to left. He gives it to first, and the side is retired. Here's the replay of the solo shot as we speak. As the Tigers strike first, we go to the top of the 3rd. It's 1-0 Tigers, game 1 of 3. Any particular reasons, AC, of why Who Nice landed? Alberto Mendensi batting 202. The shortstop, 11 RBIs to his credit. Here comes Matthew Boyd, the Pits. Swing and a miss, strike 1. What about a couple of you in the chat that are my moderators? Any particular one? Tampa Bay Rays visiting the Orioles 6-4. The 0-1 count by Matthew Boyd. That'll be pop up to right, center fielder, and he makes the catch 1 away for the Royals. Okay, well, if the Tigers are a win today, they will be cutting the Royals games back. As you guys can see, the Tigers are 3.5 games behind the Royals as we speak. Anything can happen. It's still early. Now we get a second attempt with Billy Hamilton. He's 0 for 1 in his first time. Matthew Boyd sets the target with a 1-2 record. Ball 1. Billy Hamilton is 0 for 1. But is there an extra exclamation, JC? 1-0 count. Foul ball, strike 1.
Here's the 1-1 pitch.
Strike 2. Matthew Boyd gives a sign looking for another out, perhaps. And that is inside the zone. Oh, not so to be honest. Okay. Have you seen any of the dances, perhaps? Or have you seen the movies? We have 3 people in the hot seat. Let's get about maybe 5. The 2-2 count by Boyd. Ball 3. Matthew Boyd's already given up a couple walks already. On deck, Chris Owings. Batting 243. Here's the pitch to him. That'll be ground ball to second. And the player cannot pick up cleanly. And that'll be a single for the Royals. It'll be scored on the base hit. Because Alex will have a little small opportunity, making a second appearance, through a walk and a stolen base. We're going to drive the base runner from first to take the lead with 1 out. Here comes Boyd. Ball 1.
Just misses. That's ball 1.
A veteran hitter certainly knows when he's got
Metropolitan's visiting the Brewers.
He's getting a fastball and he's probably getting it middle away. Might be a great time to get
the 1-0 count.
Look out, there goes Hamilton. That evens it.
Oh, you got great news. Okay, what do you got, Spark? Hit me. The 1-1 count. That'll be a foul ball, strike 2. The 1-2 by Boyd. That'll be smoke to right. And he makes the catch. 2 away for the Royals. Good eye by the Tigers defense. But yeah, JC, have you seen a couple of the movies? I mean, Men in Black has been out since the 1990s. Phantom of the Opera's been out since '04. Here's the pitch to him. Ball 1. Titanic's also been out since '97 as well. I researched that by the end of last week. The 1-0 count by Boyd. Strike 1.
Very high strike, but a strike nonetheless, and it's 1-1.
Merrifield is all for 1. Ball 2.
Look at a fastball here that's close, but it's 2-1 now.
And a nice honk.
2 out with the man at first.
A 2-1 count. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Matthew Boyd looking to get out of this inning. He nods his head. Ball 3. On deck, Lucas Duda batting .271.
So if he could put the ball in the gap somewhere, he could have a good shot driving in a run.
That'll be a foul ball, strike 2.
The 3-2 one more time.
That'll be another foul ball, strike 2. Hold on, I'll read the stat in a moment. It's going to be line ball to center field, and he makes the catch in time, and the side is retired. Well done by the Tigers defense. Marlins give up 2. As we go to the bottom of the third, 1-0 Tigers, game 1 of 3. Commander Spock says I do Star Wars podcasts every day. Well, my partner and I are still planning on going to go see episode 9. In which I believe that'll have a future top spot in the box office on that weekend. But yeah, let me know in the chat, AC. The more people we bring in, the more we all grow together. Now we get our first look at the catcher, Grayson Grenier, batting .184, 3 home runs, 7 RBIs to his credit. We're going to extend the Tigers' lead. The pitcher gives the sign, and here's the pitch to him. Ball 1.
Entice him with a high fastball, but he wouldn't commit. It's ball 1.
Tampa Bay Rays visiting the Orioles 6-4. The 1-0 count. Strike 1. But yeah, it's been 711 days since her and I have been together, perhaps. And that'll be a fly ball to right center field, and he picks up a block, and he gets there in time. 1 away for the Tigers. Seattle Mariners visiting the Indians 2-1. Now batting, making the second attempt on Hicks. He's off for 1 with a fly out in the first. Here's the pitch to him. Ball 1. That was not inside the zone. Boston Red Sox visiting the White Sox. Comes the 1-0 count. Strike 1. Here comes the pitcher again. Swing and a miss, strike 2. John Hicks held the ball a little too long.
One of those off-balance swings as a pitcher you want to look in and say, howdy, if you're waving at me. A real ugly swing, and it gives you a lot of confidence when you make a guy look that bad. So hopefully he has another pitch left.
And that is ball 2. The pitcher gives the sign. Here comes the 2-2 count. That'll be ground ball to third. He gives it the first, 2 away for the Tigers. Philadelphia Phil, Oakland A's visiting the Pirates 3-0. Here comes Jordy Mercer. He's off for 1 with a pop out in the first. Here's the pitch to him. Ball 1. The guys are still here typing in the chat.
A great case of a manager sticking up for his pitcher right there and giving that umpire an earful.
Jordy Mercer is all for 1.
He wanted it to, but the manager's planting a seed in that umpire.
San Francisco Giants visiting the Reds 3-1.
So some of those borderline pitches start to go his pitcher's way.
Here's the 1-1. On the run, this one
Swing and a miss, strike 2.
So he finds himself down 1-2.
Not what Jordy Mercer was trying to have either.
Pitch to hit. That's
To hold on to.
We call that the Hall of Fame pitch. That
Excuse me.
slider down and in. Really, the only way you're going to be able to hit that pitch is if you're looking for it down and in, and still then, it's a really difficult pitch to hit.
That'll be a foul ball, strike 2. Here comes the 1 and 2 by the pitcher.
Again, a 1-2.
Ball
And
2.
it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Pretty standard curve in the dirt, looking for a strike out there, but that was a good job of recognizing it and holding back at the plate.
2 out, nobody on.
Gets signed. Here comes the 2 and 2. That'll be fly ball to right center field, and he makes the catch. The side is retired. As we go to top of the 4th, Tigers holding on to a 1-0 lead. Game 1 of 3. Now batting for the Royals, first baseman Lucas Duda. He is all for 1 with a strikeout in the first. As he'll be taking on Matthew Boyd. With the top, where Detroit's 2-game skid. Here's the sign by Boyd. Ball 1.
Quite nipped the corner. It's a ball off the outside.
The 1-0 count by Boyd.
Right side.
It's going to be right side, and he gets there in time the first one away for the Royals. Here comes the catcher, Salvatore Perez. He's all for 1 for ground out in the second.
It was a ground out victim last time.
The pitch denies his head. Here's the pitch by Boyd. Ball 1.
This ball here is he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0.
The 1-0 count. Ball 2.
Again, and it's 2-0.
Well, not a great spot to be in.
Salvatore
right
Perez is all for 1.
To a great hitter like this is when you really have to pay attention.
Boyd looking for the strike. He has a 1-3 record.
This might be
It's going to be fly ball to left center field. And he makes the catch. 2 away for the Royals. Good eye by the Tigers defense. Now batting Cesar Colbert, third baseman. He's all for 1 for single in the second.
Yeah, Matty, pressure's off right now.
Here comes Matthew Boyd, perhaps. Sets the target.
Get back into his zone, work on his craft.
That is a foul ball, strike 1. The 0-1 count. Ball 1. From the weekends and on the weekends. Strike 2.
This guy has been throwing the ball so well, and that's exactly why. He has such a feel for that secondary pitch.
Here's the replay of the strike.
Whenever he wants and get back in the count.
Here comes the 1 and 2. We're gonna grip and rip. Ball 2. Oakland A's visiting the Pirates, 5-0. Here comes the 2 and 2 by Boyd. It's going to be fly ball to left center field. He's looking to pick up a block, and he gets there in time. The side is retired. As we go to bottom of the 4th, it's 1-0 Tigers.
Just about set to go for the last of the 4th.
If you guys can keep your ideas, I found my love and I should be able to handle the top 3. Like I said, Men in Black, Titanic, and Phantom of the Opera, perhaps. But my opponent did win he did get first place from the Idol for doing Phantom of the Opera. A dance from Phantom of the Opera, perhaps. Well, her and I were trying to think of an idea. How was supposed to land that dancing style. Miguel Cabrera batting, he's all for 1 for ground out in the first. Taking on the Royals pitcher, the Pitts. strike one. If you guys have any questions on that, type it in the chat. Tomorrow morning, since I go back 2 to 11 on that, and also Friday, you guys will get new episodes of Dragon Quest 11 from Thursdays and Fridays. So that'll be tomorrow morning and Friday, every week. Miguel Cabrera having a little hard time hitting this ball. And a strikeout looking. Out number 1 for the Tigers. First strikeout for Danny Duffy. Here's the road to the show report. But other than that, we'll see. I mean, but this weekend, well, I'm off this Saturday, so I don't think I'm going to be live in the morning. Since I'm going to be off at 2, and my pudding has, for 711 days and counting, going on 7/12 tomorrow. So I'll be at a graduation party from one of my old pals, perhaps, from one of my good friends. As we speak, here's the pitch. Strike one. Nick Castellanos is 0 for 1.
Pretty liberal strike zone there. It's 0-1.
Plain to see right there that the manager is sticking up for his hitter, making sure that that's
coming out of the Tigers manager.
It's tough to cover both sides.
So let me know if you can keep on popping up ideas. The 0-1 count. That'll be ground ball to third. He gives it the first, 2 away for the Tigers. It's still early. Now batting third baseman Zamir Candelario. He is 0 for 1 with a pop out in the second. And that was his first attempt. Here's the pitch to him. Strike one.
There's the fastball that gets the lower part of the zone called for
Zamir Candelario is 0 for 1. If you guys can hear me, type it in the chat. Pitcher gives a sign. Here comes the 0-1.
And the pitch.
Ball 1.
Good hard slider there, but it runs away. It's a ball and a strike. 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors in the ball game for the Tigers.
The 1-1 count. That'll be fly ball and so close. Foul ball, strike 2. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. And that'll be out number 3. The side is retired.
3 up, 3 down for Detroit.
3 up, 3 down for the Tigers. So we go to the top of the 5th. Tigers holding on to a 1-0 lead.
Back from Comerica Park in Detroit as we say.
But yeah, keep the tweet out the live stream, guys. The more people we bring in, the more we all grow together. We watch videos in full. We like the videos. We tweet them out. Add them to a playlist. We comment down below once we've done it. We never ask for support back afterwards. If you guys have a community tab, you can add James Cox to the one and only James Cox, part of the leader of the hashtag I Am a Creator community. As we speak, he's our best man. Jorge Soler, designated hitter. He's 0 for 1 for strikeout in the second, as he looks to get started against Matthew Boyd and the Tigers. Here's the pitch to him. That'll be a broken bat, and that's out number 1 for the Royals. That was kind of tricky. Jorge Bonifacio is 0 for 1 with a fly out in the second. Here comes Boyd for the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Minnesota Twins visiting the Yankees. The 0-1 count. Foul ball, strike 2.
No runs, 2 hits, and no errors so far for the Royals.
Here comes the 0-2, looking for the out. Ball 1.
On him, but he lays off 1-2.
Matthew Boyd has given up 20 balls and 37 strikes, also a couple walks as well. The 1-2 by Boyd. Strikeout looking, and that's out number 2 for the Royals. Fourth strikeout for Matthew Boyd. He's doing quite well. Take it out one more time.
That can be real hard for some guys to overcome when teams start figuring out what locations you just can't handle.
He gives the sign. And the pitch to him. Sack swing, strike one. Alberto Badinsky, he's 0 for 1 for a pop out in the third. To his credit. The 0-1 count. Ball one. We are the greatest. We're going to show what we can do the entire time.
This is one tool, Matty, I know nothing about.
That'll be ground ball to second. He gives it to first, and the side is retired. As we go to the bottom of the fifth, Tigers holding on to a 1-0 lead. Standing in right now, Nico Goodman. He had a solo side in the second. Oakland A's visiting the Pirates 5-0. Here's the pitch. Ball one. If you guys have any questions, type it in the chat. Whatever game you pretty much want to see on this weekly schedule format, type that in the chat as well. The 1-0 count. Strike one, but I'm still beating 2 games out of the 5. I am announcing I'm still gonna be bringing in Mortal Kombat 11 to replace either Dragon Quest 11 or Borderlands. Well, Borderlands might get replaced by what do you call it? After the ZOTY is done from Tuesdays and Wednesdays, the 1-1 count. That'll be fly ball to right, and he makes the catch. 1 away for the Tigers. Up steps, left fielder Jacoby Jones. He's 1 for 1 for double in the second.
Well, he got a good pitch to hit last time up. Look for it up in the
I'm looking to see if my pun can come in or not.
Pitches you only get maybe once an AB, maybe once a game.
Here's the pitch to him. Strike one. I'm going to send the link one more time. Hold on. The 0-1 count. Jacoby Jones is 1 for 1. Oh, there we go. So might be able to get in. See, here's my forevermore my top moderator. Okay, ground ball to right. He gives it the first 2 away for the Tigers. I'm just waiting to see if my top moderator will come in. Ford Hanna is 0 for 1 for ground out in the second.
From the stretch, here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch, strike one.
Dropped it in for a called strike. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And here's a pitch high and
that was ball 1, okay. The 1-1 count. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Number 2.
Comes the 1 and 2. That'll be fly ball to left center field. He picks up a block and he makes the catch. And the side is retired. As we go to top of the 6th, Tigers holding on 1-0 in game 1 of 3. Up steps the left fielder for the Royals, Bailey Hamilton. He's 1 for 2 off a single in the third. We're going to get started for the Royals.
They just haven't been up to the task so far in this one. Still time for them to turn it around, though. We'll see if it happens.
Anything can still happen. It's a little bit early. Here's the pitch by Boyd. Strike 1.
To start the at-bat, 0-1.
The 0-1 count. Another foul ball, strike 2. Boyd looking for the out.
The 0-2 pitch.
Ball one.
High slider laid off for a ball. And he takes
strikeout looking.
On the fastball, one gone.
And that's out number one for the Royals. Fifth strikeout for Matthew Boyd. He's putting on a good performance. Upsets Chris Owings. He's off one of a walk and a stolen base.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
Strike one.
Strike down in the zone. 0-1.
The 0-1 count by Boyd. Swing and a miss. Strike two.
I gotta say, his command of the corners in this start has been pretty exceptional. He's mixed east and west really well, and it's a big reason why he's had success.
One out, nobody on.
Boyd looking for the out.
Fastball
Ball one.
Third as he tried to get him to chase the low one.
The 1 and 2.
And
Swing and a miss.
Right by him, and there are two down.
And that's out number 2 for the Royals. Sixth strikeout for Matthew Boyd. He's putting on a good show. Game 1 of 3.
Anybody on base for them to drive in.
Here's the pitch to him. Ball one.
0 for 2 from him so far in this one.
The record of Merrifield for Matthew Boyd, he's 12 for 27, of a 444 average and 2 doubles. And he's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch, 1-0 count. Ball 2. Looking for a strike from Boyd. Strike 1.
Slider over here. It's 2-1 now.
That's a nasty pitch right
Miami
there.
Marlins, San Francisco Giants visiting the Reds, 6-2.
Nothing you can do. Actually, a quality take.
That'll be scored as a foul ball, strike 2.
It stays fair, it's gone, and that nearly would have gotten him on the board.
He nods his head.
Long foul ball.
It's gonna be, well, the Royals will get something going now.
And he's got himself a base hit.
And that will be a single for the Royals. They needed that. Colorado Rockies hosting the Diamondbacks 3-0. Matthew Boyd has given up 3 hits, one walk, and 6 strikeouts so far. He still has a good resume of 84 pitches. Lucas Studo for an opportunity. He's 0 for 2 of his strikeout and a ground out. Looking to drive the base runner from first with 2 outs. Pitcher gives the sign. And the base runner from first takes second. 4th stolen base for Merrifield. Taking out one more time.
At least gets him a guy in scoring position.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what the manager was thinking there, Matt. Hey, if we aren't driving the ball with any authority today, we need to make something happen in a different way. They only need a single to the outfield.
The 0-1 count. That'll be a foul ball.
Merrifield stands at second with 2 gone.
Looking for the out. That'll be a foul ball.
The pause.
And the 0-2.
Swing and a miss. And a strikeout again. And the side is retired. Royals give up 1. As we go to the bottom of the 6th, Tigers holding on 1-0. Up to the plate. Grayson Grenier is 0 for 1 with a flyout in the 3rd. We're going to extend that lead.
Now the pitch.
Here's the first pitch to him. Strike 1.
This pitch is taken on the inner half for strike 1. Couple of
On the Royals bullpen, Ben Lively and the one and only Ian Kennedy. Tampa Bay Rays visiting the Orioles 8-4. The 0-1 count. Ground ball to right, and that will be a single for the Tigers.
Hey, he have just retired 10 straight until that base.
Minnesota.
That's into almost 4th inning.
Here it is one more time.
We'll see how he does with a runner on now.
Son Hicks with a small opportunity. He's 0 for 2 with a flyout and a ground out, hoping to drive that resume.
Yeah, Matty, expect this pitcher to try and get the same result.
Tigers staring at base 1 and first with no outs. We're going to extend that lead.
On the ground, the way this defense is, they could certainly roll.
The pitcher gives the sign, the pitch. Strike 1. Son Hicks is 0 for 2, hoping to drive the base runner from first. On 1 count. That'll be fly ball to left, and he makes the catch. And that's out number 1. But the runner gets a double play, out number 2 for the Tigers. Not a good idea. Jody Mercer, he's 0 for 2 with a pop out and a strikeout. We're going to increase that resume. Here's the pitch to him. Ball 1.
Off the outside that time as the breaking ball can't catch the zone.
The 1-0 count. Strike 1. Washington Nationals visiting the Phillies 4-2.
Both clubs with 3 hits in the ball game.
Jody Mercer's 0 for 2. And here we go. Ball, fly ball to left center field, and picks up a block. And that will be a double for the Tigers as they get some payback. That will be double number 6 for Jody Mercer. Take it out one more time.
That might be all they need to get the W here.
Tigers still off to a good start. Staring at base runner at second with 2 outs. We're going to extend that lead. Here's the pitch to him. Ball 1. Miguel Cabrera is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out as a first baseman. Hoping to get some strain from the base runner at second. The 1-0 count. Ball 2.
Well, he's got a base open to use right here, and it looks like he might not be afraid to do that.
If you guys have any questions, type it in the chat. Pay it forward and be rewarded.
2 out here and a runner at second. Outside
Ball 3.
3-0.
On deck, Nick Castellanos batting 280, 268.
So does he go back out there again?
No, Matt, I expect him to mix it up. Most catchers
a 3-0. Ball 4, first walk from the Royals.
Yeah, the guy's been on fire lately, hitting anything close. So I think this is the way to
now what the Royals pitcher was looking to do.
Any way that you can.
But it gives the Tigers some hope. Nick Castellanos with an opportunity, 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts. We're going to drive the 2 base runners to extend that lead with 2 outs. Here comes the pitch to the pitch. Ball 1. Royals have given up 1 walk so far. Tigers have given up a couple. Strike 1. Ball 2.
Fastball well off the plate inside.
Well, I know the last thing he wants to do is load the bases right here, so the pressure is on right now to get back in the strike zone.
The 2-1 count. That'll be a ground ball to center field. That will be a single for the Tigers. Tigers will have a golden opportunity. Take it out one more time. Fans are pretty much on their feet. Tigers staring at base sorted with 2 outs. We're going to extend that lead. Here's the pitch. Strike 1. Samir Candelario is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop out. He's 4 for 14 against Duffy with 1 RBI to his credit. We're going to drive all base runners to extend that lead. The pitcher gives the sign. He nods his head, the 0-1. That'll be fly ball to left center field. Does he have it? And it's gone. Grand slam for the Tigers. But you don't see that very often. Home run number 4 for Samir Candelario as he delivers a grand slam for the Tigers. 411 feet as the Tigers extend the lead. It's 5-0 Tigers with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Oh man. Take it up one more time. As the Tigers are just putting on the clinic in Detroit. In their hometown. Oh my goodness. Perfect shot by the Tigers. And here comes the Royals manager coming out of the sidelines. And that's going to be it for the Royals starter.
5 2/3 innings of work
as we speak. You pretty much see that almost often. To surpass the 1 hour limit. Up steps Ben Lively, making his 12th start. 1-2 record, has 1 save. With a 4.30 ERA. And 21 strikeouts. To his credit. Down to the plate. Here's the replay one more time.
We flash you back to take another look at his solo home run that helped get this offense rolling. Here comes the first pitch.
Here's the pitch to him. Ball 1. Nico Goodwin is 1 for 2.
Here in this half inning.
The 1-0 count, the pitch, ball 1.
Strike 1, and he's hitting an even 90 on the gun.
Pretty adamant about working him inside right now. Back-to-back fastballs, and that one was able to find the zone.
Comes the 1-1. That'll be smoke, ground ball to right line. And that'll be a single for the Tigers, as those are on the house of fire right now. Take it out one more time. Try and recover from that 2-game skid. Tigers staring at base 1 and first with 2 outs. We're going to extend more of that lead. It's 5-0 with 2 outs. Here's the pitch, strike 1. Jacoby Jones is 1 for 2 with a double in the second. Looking to drive the base runner from first.
Now a throw over to first.
As pitcher keeps an eye on the base runner at first. But the Tigers, I don't think they're going to pretty much steal. 0-1 count. And that's in the dirt. Base runner goes from first to second now. And that'll be scored as a wild pitch for the Tigers.
Well, this is one of those good news, bad news.
Take it out one more time. But it is still strike 2 for the team. If you guys have any questions, type it in the chat.
The strike zone, and it goes as a wild pitch.
The 0-2 count. And that's strikeout looking, and the side is retired. Tigers have done some good damage. As we speak, as the damage has been done, as we go to top of the 7th, time's running out for the Royals. As we go to top of the 7th, Tigers extend the lead 5-0 in game 1 of 3.
Back here now at Comerica Park in Detroit. We're through the first 6.
If you guys do not have a Twitter, I would have you guys create an account on Twitter and join the I Am a Creator community. .com. There's over 500 plus creators that are on that list. If you guys have any questions about it or for the idol, type it in the chat. Salvador Perez needs to get it going for the Royals. He's 0 for 2 with a flyout and a ground out. as the Tigers replace the starting pitcher, and they'll bring in Daniel Norris, making his 12th game start, a 1-2 record with an 8.10 ERA and 12 strikeouts to his credit, as they're looking to continue to block the Royals. Here's the first pitch by Norris. Ball 1.
A bit too low here. It's ball 1.
Tampa Bay Rays visiting the Orioles, 11-4. Comes a 1-0 count. Strike 1.
Ooh, I'm shocked he took that.
New York Yankees hosting the Twins, 4-2.
90s right there. That's mid to low 90s fastball in the honey hole. I'm surprised he didn't pull the trigger on that one.
Now the 1-1 pitch.
Ball 2.
Boy, that wasn't
Salvador Perez is 0 for 2. He needs to extend that record, perhaps.
It's one of those that could go either way.
Here comes a 2-1 by Norris. That is second swing, ball 3.
Yes, says the first base.
Boston Red Sox hosting the White Sox, visiting the White Sox 2-0. The 3-1.
Here comes the 3-1.
Ball 4, another walk by the Tigers. Royals needed that walk.
Well, they haven't been able to scratch a run across yet, so maybe this walk will jumpstart their offense a little bit.
Sasser Colbert knows he has to get something going for the Royals. He's 1 for 2 with single in the second. We're going to drive the base runner from first with no outs. Here comes Norris. And it's hit to third. That'll be 6-3 and a double play for the Royals. And that's 2 outs for the Royals. Nice job by the Tigers defense. Take it up one more time.
But that won't be the case this time after the 2-ball.
Washington Nationals visiting the Phillies, 4-4. Norris gives the sign. Strike 1. Zoe Soler is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop out as a designated hitter. Here comes the 0-1 count by Daniel Norris. That'll be ground ball to left center field. He gives it the first in time. The side is retired. Tigers are just dominating game 1 of 3. As we go to bottom of 7th, Tigers up 5-0. Here comes up steps the third attempt, Ford Hanna. He has flown out and he's grounded out to this point. Here's the pitch to him. Ball 1.
The outside as the breaking ball couldn't catch the corner.
One 0 count. Strike 1. Almost inside the zone.
Inside 1-1. The 1-1 home.
Ball 2.
Ball 2.
The 2-1. Ball 3. On deck, Grayson Grenier batting 191.
If he finds a way to get on base, this could spell for a huge inning.
Hitters count all the way.
Comes a 3-1. That'll be fly ball to left, and he picks up a block and 1 away for the Tigers. He makes the catch.
At the plate, Grayson Grenier. He's 1 for 2 in this.
Grayson Grenier is 1 for 2 of his single in the 4th inning.
Here's the first pitch to him.
Here's the pitch to him. Ball 1.
Off there, 1-0. Bases are empty, 1 man out. In there, and it's even at 1.
Strike 1. As we speak. Grayson Grenier is 1 for 2. He gives the sign. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
The 1 and 2. And that's going to be sky high to right, and He makes the catch. 2 away for the Tigers. Up to the plate, making his 4th attempt as a designated hitter, John Hicks. 0 for 3 with a line out in the 6th. Tigers holding on to a 5-0 lead in the first game of 3. Here's the pitch. Strike 1.
Here, and he hits it for strike 1. 2 out, nobody on.
0-1 count. Swing and a miss, strike 2. John Hicks having a hard time with that 0-3 resume of his at-bats.
With 2 strikes right here. Expect this guy to try and drive the baseball right here.
And a strikeout, looking strike 3, 3 outs, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for the Tigers. Royals have some damage that they need to have. As we go to top of the 8th, Tigers holding on 5-0. Here we go, guys. Jorge Bonifacio knows what he has to do. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly out. The pitcher nods his head. In the pitch. Ball 1.
1 ball, no strikes to count.
The 1-0 count on the Old Town Road.
A swing and a shot hit down the corner.
Foul ball, strike 1.
A big fly to start the inning instead of foul ball.
Another foul ball, strike 2. Bonifacio is 0 for 2.
Ball has made its way out into left field here.
As a beach ball comes to Detroit. We don't see that very often, guys. Comes to 1 and 2.
Fouled away.
Another foul ball, strike 2.
And now time is called as a beach ball has made its way out into left field here.
Here comes Norris again.
And he'll try
Ball
to get
2.
him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2 and 2.
Texas Rangers hosting the Blue Jays 3 to 2.
Of a lot of foul balls. He might have tried to do a little bit too much with it, trying to get him to swing through it, but it just ended up taking off on him.
And he
Ball
tries to
3.
get him to reach for it, but it stays outside. 3
On
and
deck,
2.
Mondesi batting 198. That'll be ground ball to left center field. Gets it to first in time, 1 away for the Royals.
Down to open up inning number 8. Ready now.
Here comes Alberto Mondesi again, 0 for 2 as we speak.
First pitch.
Here's the pitch by Norris. We're going to keep the pressure on, ball 1. The 1-0 count by Daniel Norris. Looking for that strike. Foul ball, strike 1.
But this is a foul ball. Now the 1-1 pitch. Takes a
Swing and a miss, strike 2. Royals having a hard time trying to hit that ball deeply. And the Royals manager is not very pleased with the team. Comes to 1 and 2. That'll be slide to center field. He gives it to first. And that's out number 2 for the Royals. Oakland A's visiting the Pirates 7-1. Comes Billy Hamilton. 1 for 3 with a single in the 3rd. We're going to grab something to go for the Royals as a left fielder.
They've got to take it one bat at a time. A couple of guys get on, and then who knows what could happen.
Pitcher gets the sign.
And it's
Foul ball, strike 1. The 0-1 count. Another foul ball, strike 2. Metropolitans visiting the Brewers 4-1. Comes the 0-2. Ball 1.
to Billy Hamilton. And
Another foul ball, strike 2.
The 1-2. Easy fly.
It's going to be easy pop up to center field. He makes the catch. Nothing's going for the Royals. It's as the side is retired. As we go to bottom of the 8th, Tigers holding on to a 5-0 lead. Here comes the shortstop, Jordy Mercer. It's 1 for 3 off a double, to his credit. Here's the first pitch to him. Strike one.
Fastball, and it catches the zone for a strike.
Here comes the 0-1.
High in the air, down
High in the air to right. Foul ball, strike two.
Wind up being a foul ball. Tiger
Ball one.
with a ball and 2 strikes. Now a swing
And a fly ball to right. He makes the catch, 1 away for the Tigers. Up to the plate, Miguel Cabrera is 0 for 2 and through a walk. Here's the pitch to him. Strike one, inside the zone.
You know, guys, sometimes guys don't like pulling the trigger 0-0. They want to see something go by, calibrate the speed, calibrate the brake, and then make their adjustments off. Maybe that's the case right here.
The 0-1 count.
Here comes the 0-1.
That'll be ground ball to left, and he picks up a block. And that will be a double for the Tigers.
And he is in at second base with a
Tigers putting on the clinic. 12th double for Miguel Cabrera, the one and only. Take it out one more time.
Some people like to crow about homers and powering drives, but you have to like hits like this. A no-doubt double the second it left his bat. Like you said, the only question...
Tigers staring at base runner at second with 1 out. Looking to extend that lead. It's 5-0. With 1 out, here's the pitch. Strike one. Nick Castellanos is 1 for 3 of a single. We're going to drive the base runner from second to extend their lead. Let's see what they can do. 0-1 count.
A 1 pitch on its way.
Swing and a miss. Waiting for the wrong time. Strike two.
Talk about getting your A swing off. That's what it looks like right there. A guy with massive power letting it eat.
And a strikeout looking. That's what the pitcher ordered. That's out number 2 for the Tigers.
It's never a good look to strike out looking, but it's way worse when you do it.
Here's the punch out one more time. Atlanta Braves visiting the Marlins 3-3.
And at least put the ball in play.
San Francisco Giants visiting the Reds 6-4. Here comes Samir Candelario. Guys, remember, he's 1 for 3 with a grand slam in the 6th. And that was a pretty good idea for Candelario as a third baseman.
He looks dialed in at the plate right now.
Bottom of the 8th, 2 outs. It's 5-0 Tigers. We're going to drive the base on it from second. Strike one.
0-1.
The pitcher gives the sign. 0-1 count.
Behind 0-2 now.
Foul ball in the back. Strike two.
Two quick strikes, and now the
And a strikeout looking again. Strike three, and the side is retired. Tigers give up 1 as we go to top of the 9th. Tigers holding on to a 5-0 lead. Here come the Royals with some damage to do.
Now at the plate,
As the Tigers bringing a different pitcher. They will be bringing in Joe Jimenez. He has a couple saves, making the safe start with a 1.29 ERA and 6 strikeouts to his credit. As he'll be taking his first victim. Here's the first pitch. Ball one. 95 miles an hour. Owings is 0 for 2. Ball 2. Looking for the strike. Strike one. That's what he needed it the first time. And 2-1. Ball 3. On deck, Merrifield batting .270.
Patience, and he's just waiting for that pitch. That's too good to pass up.
That's going to be ground ball to first. He gets there in time, 1 away for the Royals. Not the start they were looking to have. Here comes Whit Merrifield with some damage to have. It's 1 for 3 of a single in the 6th. Here's the first pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Strike one.
Fastball and doesn't catch up with it. It's 0-1.
3 people in the hot seat. Let's get up to 6 legs.
Even at 1-1.
Hashtag I am a creator. Equals hashtag pay it forward. And the Royals finally get something decent. That will be a single for the Royals.
The first baseman, number 9,
Lucas Duda with an opportunity. He's over 3 of a strikeout in the 6th. Needs to get something going for their team. They have 1 out. Strike 1. And Jimenez is on the mound. The 0-1 count. Strike 2. Lucas Duda has a hard time.
Up and away, that's a pitch you can really drive if you have the right approach towards that opposite field gap.
Looking for the out. Ball 1. Oakland A's visiting the Pirates 8-1. Here comes the 1-2 by Jimenez. Swing and a miss. And that's out number 2 for the Royals. First strikeout for Zone Jimenez. Time's running out for the Royals. Game 1 of 3. Oh my goodness. Last chance for the Royals. Here comes Jimenez. Strike 1. Salvador Perez is 0 for 2. We're going to drive the base runner from first. 0-1 count. That's going to be... Royals will finally get something on the board. That will be an RBI double as the Royals cut the lead. It's 5-1 Tigers with 2 outs. 4th double for Salvador Perez. Second out one more time. Royals, it's about time the Royals got something going a little bit. Royals setting up base runner at second with 2 outs. We're going to cut more of that lead. Here's the pitch. Foul ball, strike 1. He's 1 for 3 of a single in the 2nd. We're going to drive the base runner from second. The 0-1 count. That's going to be ground ball to third. Gives it the first, and the Tigers win it. As they close the 2nd game skid. As my Tigers go up to 14-18 of the season. As we take first game, game 1 of 3 over the Royals. It's about time my Tigers pretty much say amen and pleased. So we held on to win, 5-1. Matthew Boyd goes up to 2-3. We had 8 hits, Royals had 5. The Tigers almost had a shutout, but we held on to win 5-1. So we are now 14 of the season. As we simulate the other scores. Ryan Corona is eligible to be reinstated from the injured list, but he'll still be injured for about 1 to 2 months. As we check out the other scores. We have the Cardinals go up to an even 16-16 record, upsetting the Chicago Cubs in Chicago, going down to 19-11. Final score 11-6 with 12 hits and 1 error. Martinez with his 3rd win for the Cardinals. Tampa Bay Rays bounced back. That's when they needed it best. Over the Orioles in Baltimore, 11-4, 16 hits and 3 errors. Glasnow with his very first win. New York Yankees go up to 17-14 over the Tigers 4-2 with 10 hits and 1 error. Green with his 2nd win. Bryn with his very 4th save. Nationals upset the Phillies, going up 17-14. Phillies go down to 20-11. 5-4 of a close game after 9 innings. 8 hits and 1 error. Miller with his very first win. Doolittle with his 8th save. Oakland A's go up to 18-17 over the Pirates, 8-1 with 11 hits. Estrada with his 5th win. His credit. Seattle Mariners go up to 12-22 over the Indians, 3-1 with 11 hits. LeBlanc going up to his 2nd win. Strickland with his very first save. Miami Marlins go up to 17-14 by 1 over the Braves, going down to 15-18 of the season. with 10 hits in 1 hour, 5-4. Garcia with his very first win. Giants go up to 12-20, upsetting the Reds. That's going 6-4 by 2. Going down to 22-11 with 11 hits and 1 error. Rodriguez getting his third win. Smith with his 8th save. Texas Rangers win in Texas over the Blue Jays, going up to 15-16. Let's go with beat 2 with 9 hits. Matt Buss with his 2nd win. Leclerc with his 9th save. Boston Red Sox had a good shutout win over the White Sox in Chicago, 2-0. Giving up 7 hits. Rodriguez with his 4th win, and Matt Barnes with his 11th save. Metropolitans go up to 14-18 this season. Oh wait, Brewers, excuse me, go up to 14-20 of the season, defeating the Metropolitans, going down to 14-18, 5-4, 6 hits and 2 errors. Fields with his 2nd win. Knebel with his very first save and his very first appearance. Arizona Diamondbacks going up to 15-17, upsetting the Rockies 6-4 with 8 hits. Moreno with his very first win. Avery Bradley with his 5th save. And the Padres upset the Dodgers in San Diego 7-3 with 9 hits. Yeah. What are we having?
Fish and chicken.
That'd be okay. Padres go up to 14-19 of the season. Dodgers go down to 23-11 of the season. 7-3 with 9 hits. Stark with his first win. But my Tigers are back in the winning column. We have 2 more games with the Royals, then a day off. Then we go. Then we'll be hosting the LA Angels. So we take out the other standings for you guys in the chat. As we are a game and a half ahead of the Twins. They lost 5 straight, 12-14 to 12-19. As we speak, they've only won 1 game out of 10. But we are now 14-18 of the season. As we are behind the Royals with 2.5 games behind. White Sox are now 21-11, so anything can still happen. Same with the Indians. As we go to the other one, all wins for these 5 teams. Astros won 7 in a row, 21, 22, and 10. As they are 5.5 games ahead of the Oakland A's as we speak. Mariners have won 3 in a row, 9-22 to 12-22. As they still have plenty of trailing to do. As a 12-22 team, as they are 3.5 games behind the Angels. But one of these teams is hopefully not going for a loss at this point. And that would be the entire point. The other 3 teams have a 3-way tie for a 2-game win. As we speak, with the Oakland A's, Rangers, and the Angels as we speak. So good wins between 5 teams, but the Astros are looking to continue that lead, extend that streak. As we take a look at the American League wildcard, Yankees, Oakland A's, Royals, Rays, Blue Jays. That's pretty much in the top 5 category. Bottom list, Indians, Orioles, Mariners, Twins, Tigers. It's still extra early between these teams, as a matter of fact. Phillies fall apart, going down to 20-11. As they don't want to give up their top spot by the Marlins and the Nationals. They both got wins. But the big picture on this standing record is the Nationals have won 4 in a row with the Marlins. And so hoping to extend that 4-game winning streak over the Marlins. Thinking they should blink first. As these 3 teams have won 6 games out of the last 10. So anything can happen between those 3. Metropolitans go down to 14-18 of the season as well. Look forward to that. Cincinnati Reds and the Chicago Cubs both lost their game perhaps. Reds still have the lead of 1.5 games ahead of the Chicago Cubs with a 22-11 record with a winning percentage of .667. Chicago Cubs hoping to erase that memory. They're now 19-8 to 19-11 this season, as they only have half and half, 5 games out of the last 10. The Brewers Good news for them, 11-20 going up to 14-20. They have won 3 consecutive games perhaps. And so looking to maybe, hopefully cut the Cardinals' lead a little bit between these 4. The Rockies have lost 3 straight, 18-13 down to 18-16. Dodgers have only lost once so far, 23-11. But there's still a lot of time left between these 3 teams. Diamondbacks have won 3 consecutive games, 6-4 of the last 10, 15-17 record. So they have a good winning streak themselves. So looking to cut the Rockies' lead. Maybe if the Rockies do not lose that much games, they can still hold on to that second place lead. So it all depends. From the weekends and on the weekends on the weekly schedule. We have the Chicago Cubs, Marlins, Nationals, Rockies, Cardinals. In the bottom of that list, Pirates, Giants, Brewers, Pirates, Rays, Metropolitans, and the Braves. And we have a couple of winning streaks going on too. Now for the big picture, Red Sox. After having a 2-0 shutout over the White Sox, they are now 22-12 as we speak. The Yankees are right behind that with 3.5 games behind. Rays are back to the winning column. They need to do a lot of that. By the way, the top 2 teams have been playing. Blue Jays have lost 3 straight, 16-13 to an even 16-16 record. So, they're hoping to erase something going for them. So these 3 are still doing pretty well, but the Rays really, hopefully, are trying to get back into this weekend. So we'll see. And that's going to do it for episode after a victory for my Tigers, as we're now 14-18 this season. I'll tell you more in a little bit. Alrighty guys, that concludes episode 32 of MLB 19, as we are now 14-18 over the season. We won the first one over. The Tigers won the very first one over the Royals, 5-1. We have 2 more games against them, and then we get the Los Angeles Angels. That's a 3-game series. Final score 5-1. We have some good teams that are pretty much struggling a little bit. What's the Chicago Cubs, Reds, LA Dodgers, and some of the other teams. But the other half of the teams have won 3 consecutive games. The Houston Astros still have a 7-game winning streak, so they're hoping to extend that a little bit extra to keep that lead in the National League, perhaps. So we'll see. That's going to do it. If you guys have any questions, type it in the chat. The more people we bring in, the more we all grow together. If you guys have a community tab, add James Cox to the community tab of the I Am a Creator community. If you guys want to catch more MLB 19, as I'm managing the Detroit Tigers 14-18 this season, be sure to hit that like button and turn on notification bell if you guys haven't had the opportunity. If you guys have not had the opportunity in the chat, has a Facebook or Twitter. Recommend you guys get a Twitter between me and James Cox. And join the I Am a Creator community. There's over 500 plus creators in that establishment and that spot. The more people we bring in, the more we all grow together. If you guys have any personal, main, or any questions, type it in the chat. Pay it forward and be rewarded. Never ask anything back in return. We watch videos in full. We like the videos, we sell them, we tweet them out, and add them to a playlist. And we never ask for support back. And we comment down below once every hour and a half I do an episode for. Tomorrow morning, I go back for the next couple days. Work Thursday, Friday, and I'm off Saturday. But I have that lunch in with a community. That's around 10 to 2. I might be live doing baseball after that, or I might surprise you guys with an investment, but it all depends. But I get my money in the bank tomorrow. So, if you guys have any questions of what game you guys want to see on the weekly schedule, I'm only doing 5 instead of 6, but I'm only beating 2 out of the 5. Then I'm bringing in Mortal Kombat 11, and so on and so forth. Anyway guys, that'll do it for episode 32. If you guys have any questions, type it in the chat. Special thank you to Commander Spark, aka Brian. Thank you, JC. Thank you, Christopher. And some of the others in the chat. And thank you guys for watching. My team is now 14 and 18 of the season. Be good to one another. Be kind to one another. And love one another. And I will see you guys later. You guys have a good evening. I may go back to the Super NES. We'll see what happens. And I'll see you guys later. Be good to one another. Be kind to one another. And love one another. And I'll see you guys soon. Thanks, guys. Have a good evening.